What's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Hope everybody's having a great week so far. I sure am, as always. We got a good episode for you today. Got a lot to discuss, to catch up on from this past week. A lot of NFL, a lot of college action. So let's get right to it, shall we? So, first thing I want to talk about, guys, is, of course, the last Sunday night game. I got to talk about the Sunday night game. So this past Sunday night, NFL, we had a good one. Rematch of last year's divisional round playoffs. San Francisco 49ers, Dallas Cowboys. Great rivalry as always. Dallas, they were looking to keep the momentum going after beating the brakes off the Patriots the week before. Still hurts for me to say that, by the way. And the San Francisco 49ers were coming off a win against the Cardinals. So, going into Santa Clara, California, where the San Francisco 49ers play at Levi Stadium, Dallas has not had much luck there in a few years. They have not. I don't think they've won a game there in a long time. And going into this game this week, I knew Dallas was probably going to lose. Now, the fashion they lost in, though, is what puzzled me. San Francisco, guys, made Dallas look like a middle school team. They played better in all phases. Their defense was the better defense. Dallas could not move the ball hardly. They couldn't convert. They didn't even make it to the red zone. Not once. The Dallas Cowboys did not have one single trip into the red zone. You do that, you're not going to win. Case in point. And the same thing I've been saying about Dallas all year long. When they don't get scooping scores, when they don't get pick sixes, when their special teams doesn't give them a short field, yada, 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 they can't do it. Dak Prescott cannot drive the length of the field and score the ball. He can't do it. It showed again on Sunday night against San Francisco. That's the thing, Cowboys fans. For all of you Cowboys fans out there, you have to understand something. Dak Prescott is not the guy. He is not the guy for y'all's team. You need to move on from him, but the problem is I don't think it's going to happen. He is not going to win you big games. He is not going to get you to a Super Bowl. He can't drive. When you can't, in my opinion, as a quarterback, when you're supposed to be considered one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the league, you should be able to drive the length of the field. But you can't do that. I've only seen him do it once, and that was against the Texans last year when they had that 2-minute drive late in the game and they were able to score a touchdown to win the game. That's the only time I've seen Dak Prescott do that. The only time. So, I look at it like this. The Niners are the better team right now. In the NFC, I'm sorry, the Niners are the number one team. They are the team to beat. They are riding on all cylinders right now. George Kittle is getting back to form. Brock Purdy is a friggin' genius. I don't know. This guy might be the second coming of Tom Brady because he don't lose. He has not lost a regular season game at all. He has not lost a regular season game. And the postseason game that they lost to the Eagles last year, I can't even count because he didn't finish the whole game. He got hurt. So, this kid does not lose at all. I don't know when this kid is ever going to lose. He plays smart, complimentary, game management football, just like Brady did early in his career. The kid is awesome. And if he keeps it up, he might win a Super Bowl. Now, do I think it's a guarantee? No, because of Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan seems like he loves to blow it. So, which he's done before. So, I can't really put 100% faith in that because of Kyle Shanahan. But, going back to the Dallas Cowboys game, they got to get better. All All right? I looked at that. I looked at the stats. I looked at the way they played. Tony Pollard is not the guy either. I'm sorry. That guy cannot carry the ball 20 times a game. He can't. It's proven. He can't do it. CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb needs to show up. CeeDee Lamb did not show up. Gallup needs to show up. Brandon Cooks, who the Dallas Cowboys traded for, has elite speed still. They need to unlock that elite speed. The tight ends need to get better. The offensive line has not been that consistent this year for Dallas at all. And this was the first week that the Dallas Cowboys had their fully healthy offensive line. And what happened? Nothing. They didn't do nothing. Yeah, they lost Tyler Biadasz for a little bit. He got hurt, but he came back. Now, on the San Francisco side of things, again, they got a better defense too than Dallas, and it showed. Dallas's defense did not look good. I get it. They're banged up. They don't have Trayvon Diggs, and I'm telling you, that right there is what is killing this team. They miss Trayvon Diggs. It's showing. Because against these good teams, they're going to get exposed. Yes, they got Stephon Gilmore. I get that. Stephon Gilmore, I love the guy, always have. He is a great player. But he's not the DPOY version of Stephon Gilmore anymore, like he was a few years ago. This is an older Stephon Gilmore. He's not the same elite guy anymore. He's good. He's great. He's a great cornerback for the Dallas Cowboys. They were smart to get him. But at the same time, he is not the number one. He's not a number one. I'm sorry. He's not a number one corner anymore. He's a number two. And that's it. That's all he's going to be from now on. It's because he's older. You know, he's 30. What is he, 32? You know, how a 32-year-old normally isn't a number one corner when it comes to that position. They're not. So, congratulations to the 49ers. You know, they looked really good. They're the team to beat. I'm just saying it right now, guys. They are the team to beat right now. I don't think there's anybody that's going to stop them. Nobody. Maybe the Eagles. The Eagles are the only, and I'm going to get to the Eagles in a little bit, but the Eagles are probably the only team that I think has a chance at beating them. A slight chance. At least in the NFC. I also want to talk about a game that happened on Sunday afternoon. It was an early game. And that was the Saints and the Patriots. Ooh. Ooh. Yikes. Now, I thought the Cowboys game was an ass kicking. The Saints game was even worse. They blew out the Patriots 34-0 in Gillette. I didn't think that was coming. Hell, New England's defense made freaking Derek Carr look like a Hall of Famer. I get New England's defense is banged up right now. Their two best defensive players are gone for the year. I get that. The offense sucks. Mac Jones is not the guy anymore. I'm done with him. I think it's time to move on from him. And I think Belichick needs to look at also taking a step back. Now, I'm not saying for Belichick to leave. I don't want Belichick to leave because I'm a big Belichick fan. But he needs to take a step back because he's 70 years old. You know, he's going to be 71 next year. He needs to just focus on coaching, which he's great at. Don't get me wrong. Belichick, great fucking coach. One of the best in the league. But he is not the guy to be making trades and selecting players, free agents. He can't do it anymore. He never was good at it. I'm sorry. People can argue with me. Belichick was never a good general manager. Never. What helped him was, though, is the guys he had talking in his ear that were in that front office helping him out when it came to selecting players. Like when he had Scott Pioli, when he had Thomas Dimitroff, those guys were like, hey, we should take a look at this player. Maybe he can fit our team. Belichick be like, okay, you know what? Yeah, let's get him. All right, cool. Let's call him up. Same thing with drafting. Thomas Dimitroff was a big part in helping out drafting for Bill because he was the head of college scouting for years. He left. That's when it all started to go downhill. Nick Caserio. Nick Caserio, I still say to this very day, is a great front office guy. The Texans are lucky to have him, and it's showing right now what he is doing with the Texans. The Patriots fucked up in letting him leave. They should have never let him leave. But that was because Belichick didn't want to give up the power. Because right now, Belichick has all the power on that team. He runs the coaching staff. He calls the plays. Well, he doesn't call the plays, but he makes all the decisions in the front office, and he doesn't care what anybody says. Now, after this season, I'm going to say this, okay? You guys know me. I'm a huge Belichick guy. I always have been. I think he's the greatest coach of all time, and he is. Even if he doesn't break Don Shula's win record, which I think he will still do. I think he can still do it. It's definitely not happening this year, though. That's for damn sure, because he's not winning 10 games this year. He might do it next year. But he needs to take a step back from being GM. And I think Robert Kraft needs to sit him down after the season and be like, look, Bill, we love you. Me and my son here, we love you to death. But you gotta let go of some of that power because it's not helping this team. And I know Robert Kraft. He does not like seeing this team losing like it is. He doesn't. Plus, he's getting older. You know, he's not no spring chicken anymore. He's almost in his 80s. Like, he wants to see some more Super Bowls. But the thing is, Bill is not helping the cause. Like, his drafts, for example. His drafts are terrible. Now, this past draft, I was very happy with. Don't get me wrong. He hit on Gonzo, even though Gonzo was hurt for the year. He hit on Keon White. He hit on Mapu. You know, I think he hit on Demario Douglas, too. We'll see, though, because he's hurt right now. I don't know about Butte. Butte's a question mark. And then the old linemen he drafted are fucking awful. Like, they are god-awful. So, and I think he hit it on the head with the punter and the kicker, too, because those guys have actually done really good. But I think Bill, for the most part, his drafts have not been that good. He's got some diamonds in the rough, you know, with Gronkowski, Brady, Edelman, McCourty, Mayo, Jamie Collins, Dante Hightower, Chandler Jones. Like, he's had some really big hits in the draft, but he's had a lot of misses too. So, to me, what I think Bill needs to focus on for the most part is just running the coaching staff. And another thing, I love his sons. I love Steve. I love Brian. But I don't think they need to be calling plays. I don't. Steve Belichick calls a decent defense, but he needs to let Mayo call more of the defense, I think. On the offensive side of things, Billy O, I have faith in. I do have faith in Billy O when it comes to calling offense, because he is a good offensive coordinator. He's a very good offensive coordinator. The problem is right now is I think it's the personnel that they have. Like, Juju has not done good at all, and we're stuck with them for 3 years. Kendrick Bourne, he's a flash in the pan, which I knew he always was. The tight ends are non-existent anymore. Hunter Henry and Mike Gesicki are not doing what I thought they were going to do this year. The running game is pathetic. The O-line is hot garbage. And that's it. Devontae Parker's not existent either. Another waste. Like, and Mac Jones. Mac Jones is the biggest one of them all. That whole offense has got to be the worst offense in the league. And I thought the Panthers were bad. I think the Patriots are worse than the Panthers. There's a possibility that the Patriots might be selecting Caleb Williams in the draft next year if they keep doing what they're doing. They can't score. They can't make stops on defense. I don't know what more that needs to be done. I don't. I'll tell you this. Now, I know Belichick, he's going to be, if he gets that first pick, it would make me laugh if he went and selected some chuckle fuck out of Cornfield University like he seems like he likes to do for the first pick. That's the thing. He's hit it on the head with some chuckle fucks from Cornfield University, a.k.a. Kyle Duggar. Kyle Duggar's done really good from Lenoir-Rhyne. He's hit it on the head with a few other guys like that went to small schools too. Edelman went to Kent State. I mean, that's what I mean. Chandler Jones, he went to Syracuse. Like, Belichick has hit it on the head with some guys. Don't get me wrong. They're from Cornfield University. So, it can happen. But it doesn't always happen that way. Now, Belichick, I don't think, would be stupid enough to, if he did get the number one pick, to select some guy from Cornfield University. I would think he'd go after, like, a Caleb Williams. You know, do I want Caleb Williams on the Patriots? No, absolutely not. I do not want that guy anywhere near the Patriots. At all. He needs a guy, though. I think this is what Robert Kraft needs to do. Go out and get a GM. Get a guy that's gonna get you some good players. Take the title away from Belichick. Because it's showing that he can't do it anymore. Go back to the old days. The Pioli days, the Dimitrov days, the Caserio days. That's how the dynasty started, guys. People don't get that. It's how it started. For the sake of all of us Patriot fans, Robert Kraft, please. Get Belichick away from the general manager position and have him focus on the coaching, which is what he's great at. That's all I'm asking. And I know a lot of other Patriot fans are asking. I'm not like these fair weather fans that are calling for his head. Like, no. Belichick does not need to be fired. Absolutely not. And if he does get fired, he's just going to retire anyway, because he's not going to go to another team. Because I don't think another team is going to want him. So, because he is old school. When it comes to his coaching style, he is old school. And these new guys don't like that. Now, on the offensive side of things, you know, maybe you get a like a Mike McDaniels or a Kyle Shanahan, or that's what I think he also needs. I love Billy O. Don't get me wrong, I love Billy O. But I think he needs an offensive guy that can come in and be like, hey, look, you know, let's scheme. Let's get these schemes in practice so that when we go up against these types of offenses in the games, we can stop them. You know, like a Miami, like how McDaniels has the Miami Dolphins running. Like Kyle Shanahan has the Niners running. Like, I don't know the Eagles' offensive coordinator now. I don't remember his name. But like him with Jalen Hurts. Matt Nagy with the Chiefs. Like, Belichick needs a guy that's going to come in there. Now, not a Matt Canada. No, not Matt Canada, though. He needs a guy that's going to come in there and help out. That's what he needs. Also, Eagles played the Rams this past weekend. Luke Anderson, buddy, great win for you guys. I was a little nervous. Don't get me wrong. You guys had me a little nervous. I thought you guys weren't going to pull it out, but you did. You looked really good. You guys are still undefeated. I don't know who y'all are playing this week, but I think you guys are going to be all right. So, keep on winning. Keep doing your thing, Eagles. I'm probably going to take a look, and I'll message you later, buddy, about your Eagles, and we'll talk more then. Also, Jacob, shout out to you, buddy. Great win Monday night. It was a close game against the Packers. Your Raiders looked really good. Good defense. Jimmy G came back. He helped you guys out. It was a low-scoring game, low-scoring defensive game, which I like. And Jordan Love. I'm just starting to believe this. I don't think Jordan Love is the guy. I was listening to Colin Cowherd the other day, and I don't think Jimmy G or Jordan Love is the guy for the Packers. I really don't. And I said that all along. I think he's not that good. He's not even an average quarterback. I think he's a backup. He's gonna be. I think he's gonna be a career backup. I really do. I don't think he's ever gonna develop and become. I understand the pressure is on him because they want him to be like Aaron Rodgers. Come in and replace Brett Favre and be this awesome quarterback. I don't think Jordan Love is Aaron Rodgers-esque, though. There's not a lot of people that are Aaron Rodgers-esque. There isn't. Aaron Rodgers is in a class of his own. Like, that man is in a class of his own, and there is nobody that can come even close to Aaron Rodgers at all. But that's going to be something that I really want to keep my eye on for the Packers, because I think the Packers really do have a good chance to be a good team. I do. We'll see, though. Also, had some college action this past weekend. Colorado finally got back in the win column. They got a last-second field goal against Arizona State, which was a great game for them. Both teams. Deion was not happy, though. He even said after the game, he's like, I don't accept mediocrity in any way, shape, or form. He's like, my family doesn't live in mediocrity. I don't live in mediocrity. My team is not going to live in mediocrity. We are going to get better. We're excited that we won, yes, but we're going to get better. There's always room for improvement. And that's true. That is very true. When it comes to football or any sport, guys, there's always room for improvement. I don't care who you are or what. There is always room for improvement. Also, the Red River Rivalries this past weekend. It was a great one. Congratulations to Oklahoma, getting that last-second victory. Great game. I'm a little upset that the Longhorns didn't win, but honestly, the way they played in that first quarter, turning the ball over 3 times, they deserve to lose. Turning the ball over like that, you're going to lose games. Ewers has got to do better about turning the ball over, because that's going to hurt them. They got the bye week this coming week, then they got Houston. So they can get back on track then. And they got to win out. If they want to have a chance to play in the Big 12 Championship, get back in that playoff, they have to win out. Because Oklahoma's going to be there. I don't think Oklahoma's going to lose another game. I don't. Texas is probably the only team that I think could beat Oklahoma this year. At least in the Big 12. Not in the whole country. Now, Oklahoma will get beat by somebody eventually. I don't know who, but somebody is going to beat them. We'll definitely see, though, how that goes. I'm going to keep my eye out on both of those teams as always. Notre Dame did get beat this weekend for their second loss in the past 3 weeks. I don't know how they lost to Louisville, but they somehow did. Maybe it's not Notre Dame's year, but yeah, they're not going to be in the playoff. That's for sure. That went out the wayside. You lose to Louisville, you're not going to be in the playoff. I understand Louisville's undefeated. Louisville actually looks really good as a team. Trying to think. Also, tune in tonight, guys. We got baseball action going on. Playoffs are going on. Astros are playing the Twins tonight. Game 4 in Minnesota. It was supposed to be going on right now, but then found out they moved the game to 6 o'clock. So they're on prime time tonight. Thanks to the Rangers sweeping the Orioles yesterday, which I'm very happy about, even though, my Red Sox are not in the playoffs this year. But as a baseball fan, Texas teams are in there, I'm going to cheer for them. So I'm cheering on both Houston and the Rangers this year. And whoever goes to the World Series, I'll cheer for too, because I have a feeling, guys, it's going to be a Texas team that's going to the World Series again this year. It's going to happen. Now, if it's the Rangers, it's going to be interesting. Because, well, wouldn't it be awesome, guys, if the Rangers played the Diamondbacks in the World Series? That would be awesome. The Rangers would have home field, though, because they're a higher seed than the Diamondbacks. But that would be awesome. And I have a feeling that's a possibility, because the Diamondbacks are up on the Dodgers right now 2-0. And they're playing good. They're playing hot right now. The Rangers are hot right now, too. There's a possibility that I can see that happening. That would be sick. That would be sick if that were to happen. I'm going to be definitely watching all the baseball action tonight, though, for sure. Tomorrow night, we got the Broncos and the Chiefs to kick off the week for football. The Chiefs are probably going to run away with that game. I don't see the Broncos standing a chance, because there's rumors going on right now that the Broncos are going to blow the team up by the trade deadline. So I don't foresee the Broncos even standing a chance against Kansas City. Not one chance. But yeah. But that's all I got for today, guys. I'll have another episode for y'all probably in the next couple of days. Down here in Texas right now, it's a little cool, cloudy day. It's in the 70s. Starting to cool down. The big cold front's hitting this weekend. I just saw that, as a matter of fact. I'm excited. But have a great week, guys. Great weekend coming up, too. A lot of football coming up. Keep your eyes on and keep watching. I'll talk to you guys all later.